Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do a quick Twitter recap. I have like 10 charts of things things have been noteworthy to look at. And also, as always, follow me on YouTube, Twitter, do the subscription, thumbs up, comment, all that good stuff, so we can help this community grow. I'm very happy or glad to be a part of this commodities bull run community, if you can call it that. Let's dive right into the stuff here. Again, there's some Grady stuff. It seems to be there's a Grady stuff in every single Twitter recap, but he is very good at long-term macro setups and so on. So he's a great guy. Grady here. Let's have a look. One of the many larger gold companies we bought at the 2022 lows, still up 90%. For major lows in precious metals, mid-larger gold companies moves first, so you must have some of those. And you can see here, this is the Harmony Gold. Great setup here. This is also what I look at very often. You know that, we have the falling structure. In this case, it's just more or less of an expanding, slightly expanding formation, but then you have to break out the retest and then resumption. A tiny dip below here, but still, that was a great setup for sure. And that was also the gold bottom, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, in 2022. Grady again. Oops. Grady again here. Precious metals screen big low in 2022. Many parameters are now looking similar, like COMEX, COT report, and bonds. And there's no lack of bullishness patterns. This is now has the second backtest. Are you watching these bullish setup patterns? Yes, we are. This is gold on a daily, I would assume. Yeah, daily. And you can see here daily closes. Going back to 2022, massive inverted head and shoulders. There you have it. Breakout, retest, retest. And this is now a wedge. If you were to draw a line from here to here, you have a squeeze there. And yeah, the measured move is 20%, and we are currently roughly at just a tad below 1920. So if you would do the math, you're getting to like 2200, give or take, for this pattern here. Then you have the longer term macro pattern, which points to 3K and even higher. So gold looks fantastic. Jesus Christ, there's a lot of gray here. This chart is showing a huge breakout for silver versus the SPX, and a second big backtest in the making. Big change happens slowly, then then it goes even faster. This is beautiful. This is where you measure silver against the SPX. So you're not only looking at silver measured against the USD, but you're measuring it against a big index like the SPX, the SP 500. You can do that on with any two commodities, any two indices, whatever. You can measure gold against uranium, gold against the Nasdaq, and so on to see which one is where you want to be. And that's what he's doing here. So silver, you can see it here. We have the major falling wedge, 15-year long, right? We have the cup over here, and then a major falling handle here, and now we are backtesting it, breaking out right there, indicating that possibly silver could be on the run to heavily outperform the SPX, the major index, once again, just like it did from 2002, I think, to 2011. It will do the same here again, and I think we will reach the cup high. If we do, you have about a 5x outperformance for silver against the SPX. I'm not calling for silver to increase, 500%, but the SPX can drop like 30-40%, and you only have like 2.5. But still, great outperformance awaits for silver, in my view. Great here on uranium. The commodities bull market will be the greatest opportunity in your lifetime to get out of the rat race. Yes, I'm completely on board. I waited years for the bear market low back in 2020. Then have set for 3.5 years to not miss it. Uranium move started with a 500% initial baby bull run, and it's just getting started. I agree. If you look at this chart on a Renko, which is a no noise, no time, only price chart, you can actually see that we haven't broken out yet from the long-term downtrend. We are barely breaking out right now, just below that long-term. I think you go back to Twitter and see that chart on the URA. indicating that this run up here basically is just a precursor of what to come. Yeah, uranium, you know me, it looks fantastic. Uranium is one of the best assets to be in. I have said that ever since late 2020, that uranium is the one to be in. And yes, we have had 2.5, 2 years of sideways, well, not sideways, of correction. But that's totally normal if you're looking for like a 10-year or a 5 to 10-year long bull run. Simon here, weekly cycle is dead on. You can see here what he's pointing to. Again, Simon is very much into the cycle theory thing, so you should definitely check him out. He's very good at it. And he has a move here, which I also think into late 24, we will get to the all-time high. What will happen here? Do we get a clean cut to the upside? Maybe, or we get a little of a dribble below and then we break. But anyways, we are going much higher, and then we will have a big retest of that $2022 level for gold. Looks fantastic. Great chart by Simon. Silver chartist here. This is the URNM, Sprott Uranium Miners ETF. And the URNM on a weekly, we have been looking at this for a long time as well. Breaking out here, just crossed over the trying to break out right here. But what you saw was basically a test, the fourth test of that red resistance, bull flagging below, and then boom, retest resumption. We are at the big $38 level. You can see here coming across, there are many interactions with the 38. Again, you might see some minor pullbacks here in my view. But again, if you look at the monthly and even the weekly, those two are in charge, especially the weekly is in charge right now. So what happens on the daily? It's not noise, but it's less of a direction from the daily. You should look at the weekly chart to see where we are going. And we are going much, much higher. It looks fantastic. It really does. It really, really does. Dave here, that's Encore Energy. Quite similar to what I have drawn. Breaking 2.8 will be the key to 3.7. Given some of the known short-term liquidity headwinds from previous financing plus current ATM, I will continue to accumulate what I strongly believe to be the most undervalued future producer. I don't know exactly about this, the previous financing, and so I'm not into that stuff. But if that is correct, then it's all happy music to my ears. And again, you can't see it here, but we have an head and shoulders, inverted head and shoulders below here, neckline at the 2.8, and then we're pointing to much, much higher prices in the future. I agree. Uranium looking very good. Trend spider here with XLE. XLE, the energy sector, is nearing its first golden cross on the daily since September 2020. And again, golden crosses are good to some things. I don't specifically use it for trading or to investing, but it's always nice when we have the golden cross, meaning that the short-term momentum is bigger than the longer-term momentum. So it's a nice little check mark you can do when you look at a chart. But to trade from purely, when they cross, you go long and so on, that doesn't work at all. I'll just let you know. So you cannot trade, to go short or to go long, depending on when we cross. That's has proven to be a losing strategy. Similar here, XLE, big pole here, pennant, breaking out, beautiful. Beautiful stuff by the XLE. Again, the XLE is also outperforming the SP 500. And if you look at the chart, you can see URNM is just about to outperform XLE. So if XLE is outperforming the SP 500 and URNM is outperforming XLE, you can imagine how much URNM will outperform the SPX, if you understand what I was saying there. That's actually all I had for today. Not many charts, mostly grady stuff, but still, gold, uranium looks absolutely fantastic. It really does. And we are just in the early innings for uranium, early innings for the big breakout of gold and silver as well. And especially silver, people still just hate silver because they have heard the same stories over and over again. But this time, in my view, we are close to that point where we will break the $26 level, which will start the massive run up for silver. that's all I had for today, guys. If you like what you see, do the subscription, all that good stuff. Comment below, and I will prepare the shipping one as well. And yeah, looking forward to next week for commodities, what the markets will do to us. Cheers.